And it's time to check in on the latest buzz in the entertainment world.
Liz and Mike from 105.1 The Buzz joining us live on this Friday morning. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Morning, guys.
Okay, so the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft this last year. He's a big deal. Everybody couldn't stop talking about him. Victor Wembanyama. Apparently his career is kind of off to a weird start before it ever has really begun. What is going on here with Britney Spears?
One of his security guards hit Britney Spears in the face so hard that her sunglasses went flying off and she fell on the ground. So I'm going to get this story from the police report, Britney's Instagram, and then from the press conference that the NBA star gave. So basically what happened is they were in Vegas. Britney was staying at the same hotel as Victor Wembanyama. Saw him, didn't say anything, but then they wound up at the same restaurant. According to Britney, she went up and tapped him on the shoulder. And when that happened, one of his security guards then proceeds to slap her and knock her down. And then they kept moving onward. And then they said that one of the security guards did come back and apologize. Now, Britney's thing was like, I tapped him on the shoulder, but keep in mind that he's 7'4" and she's 5'3". So his account of the story is that he was not tapped on the shoulder, that somebody grabbed him from behind, which obviously if you're that short trying to tap on somebody's shoulder, you're probably not going to hit their shoulder. And that they kept on moving and didn't think it was a big deal until they got back to the hotel and found out it was Britney Spears. And that's where it also gets a little bit problematic, is the fact that, like, hold up, it's only an issue now because it is Britney Spears.
Right.
You're okay
Yeah.
with the security team doing that. And on top of that, Britney also posted on her Instagram that she was being mobbed by fans and her security guards did not slap a single one of them.
Yeah,
So
there are all kinds of thoughts on this one. Of course, without really seeing it, it's hard to understand. But it just doesn't seem like a backhanded slap would be the solution here, regardless of who was there. That doesn't seem like that's the call. But I'm not a security guard either. I don't know, but that just seems odd.
No, not at all. And the other bad thing that's not a good look for Victor Wembanyama is he didn't actually formally apologize to Britney Spears that I'm aware of, at least before we went on air today. I mean, he did give a statement in the press conference that he didn't realize it was her until later on, and that he was just walking away and security does. Right. He should have apologized to whoever, no matter what. That's the bottom line at the end of the day.
What's troubling for me here is, so you have this like security detail whose job, in my experience of always having security detail, obviously, was like they're supposed to prevent these other people from getting to you in the first place. They're not supposed to, you know, react after someone taps you, touches you, grabs you, and then hit them. Also in a way where, first of all, I think if we get the video of this, that would clear up a lot of things, but she tries to tap him, she grabs him, she touches his back, his shirt, whatever. He's not in danger.
Yeah, you would think.
You hit her for it?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you never know what somebody's intent is when they approach you, especially if you are a celebrity. So, like, I can understand that the security guard was probably just trying to do their job, but I feel like better training needs to be in place, because you shouldn't just be slapping people across the face. There should be maybe like a pivot and block, like other things that you do before you just bring out an open hand.
Yeah. I also would be curious to know, like, the dynamic between, like, the size of the security officer and Britney, because if this player is 7 feet tall, he probably has to be pretty big too, and there are probably, like, maybe a stiff arm could have gotten her out of the way. Before you...
There are photos out there of the security guard who looks like an average sized guy, probably about 6'1", 6'2". It's hard to tell when you're standing next to somebody that's 7'4", and he's definitely a little thicker than your average guy. So I'm sure, you know, that he's big and much bigger than Britney Spears by any means. So, you know, you just gotta, I don't know, man, find a better way to do these things.
I think
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think what we've settled on here is it was an inappropriate reaction regardless of what happened.
Yeah, I do agree. It's like I don't want to claim to be a #1 overall draft pick in the NBA. I don't want to claim to be a security guard. I don't want to claim to be Britney Spears. Like I don't know who these people, like the actual angle they're coming from. I've never been in those shoes. It just feels like that a backhanded slap was unnecessary. And I've never been a security guard, but it seems odd. Okay, let's switch gears because I got to give the platform at some point to Emma because she's going to want to talk about this all day long.
I'll take it from here.
All right, so T Swift re-releasing Speak Now. Emma, the soapbox is yours.
Okay, Taylor Swift releasing Speak Now. This is her second to last album that she's going to be re-releasing is Taylor's version, the only other one being 1989. Speak Now, an amazing album, has some songs that were a little bit controversial in the past in the last few years that they've been, out there, but it was nonetheless a huge release. It has 6 songs from the vault. Talk to us, guys, about who the features are and really what you know about it, because I just want to, go back and forth.
I'm sure you stayed up all night listening to it. I feel like you know better than we do. But yeah, like you said, there were some, problematic lyrics that were changed actually going into this one. One of them is in the Better Than Revenge song.
Mm-hmm.
They changed the word mattress to matches. So they did things to make things a little nicer. Because she was 18 to 20 when she wrote that album.
Right.
Now she's 30s, and once you know better, you do better.
Exactly.
It also has the song Dear John on it, which she on stage in concert when she was in Minneapolis, I think, asked people not to attack whoever they think that song is about on the internet. So she took up for John Mayer a little bit. But yeah, this is a big thing, and she had the 6 extra songs on it.
Yes, no, she didn't just change the word mattress to matches.
No.
She changed.
I didn't want to say the whole line.
I know. I'm not going to say the line, but it's changed to he's a moth, he's like a moth drawn to flame. She was holding the matches, which I was just I was like a little bit confused. I was like, of all the years that you had to think of a line that got the same point across, or maybe was like a little kinder, you made him a moth? I was like, a moth?
No.
He's a moth
As he should be. Absolutely. All of her exes, they're all moths.
They're all moths
Yeah.
now,
No.
drawn to their flames.
My favorite song, and probably a surprise to no one, it's called When Emma Falls in Love. I feel like she, A, read me to filth because I feel like it was kind of about me. B, almost made me cry. I have a long drive today, and I will be listening to it on repeat.
There you go. There you go. Well,
I'm just anxious to see if there's a reaction to John Mayer this time. It just happens
This
every
one
time.
wasn't even
this stuff
about
comes
John
out.
Mayer. He's safe.
I guess we'll have to check Threads to see if it's there. All right, guys. We will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Bye,
Bye,
friends.
All right, bye. You can listen to Liz and Mike every weekday morning on 105.1 The Buzz.